knew I'd survive. I made it, don't hate it, that's just the way it goes.
Hi everyone, I'm Cornelius of Voice Studio East. I am an authorized CVT teacher and I'm here today to talk about complete vocal technique. At the outset of this series, I gave an overview of the 4 modes. This time we will zone in on edge in particular and explore various aspects that were not addressed in the overview. Edge is a metallic mode with a sharp cutting clarity and distinct twang. This gives it a sound that some may find jarring in isolation, but in context it can often sound very shiny and musically pleasing. The principal vowels in edge are e, and though the requisite characteristic of an edge vowel is simply that it can be formed with distinct twang, which for skilled singers makes edge a very versatile mode when it comes to vowels. To find edge, we need a loud, twanged sound. While we could find twang first and then add the volume after, it is often easier to find both at the same time. To do this, it can help to imitate the sound of a duck, a buzzer from a game show, or a snarl. It is important that you do these at a loud volume and not in falsetto, so that you can get a metallic sound. Taking the quack as an example, it should sound loud like this, not timid like this, nor should it be done in falsetto like this. Once you've got the hang of this, you'll have found an edge that may or may not have some degree of nasality. There is nothing inherently wrong with this if that is a sound you are looking for, but it can sometimes lead you into curbing when going high in pitch. And if it doesn't, it may nevertheless muddy the vowels a bit and reduce the amount of twang in the sound. To get rid of the nasality, we can simply use plosive consonants like K, G, D, T, and so on. These work by forming a closure somewhere in the oral cavity and using a buildup of pressure to burst through that closure, leading to a popping sound. If the pressure is simply leaking out through the nose, then the buildup doesn't happen. So plosives effectively force us to remove the nasality. We can use them like this.
Ga, ga, ga.
If this didn't succeed, if, for example, the nasality comes back in immediately after the consonant, we can instead try to remove it by pinching the nose, which will make us feel a buzzing sensation if there is nasality in the sound. We can thus use kinesthetic feedback to remove the nasality. It may help to think of sending the sound out through the mouth. Having removed the nasality, we can then proceed to work our way up in pitch step by step. If this whole approach to finding edge is unsuccessful, however, we can also try to start with the loudness and then add the twang. That is, we can start from overdrive and add twang to get into edge. Since the vowel e is common to both edge and overdrive, this is a good place to start.
Hey!
Although, if you find the o vowel easier to do, we can also start from the o vowel and use the addition of twang to turn it into an edge
Hey!
As before, we can then proceed to work our way up in pitch step by step. When ascending in pitch in edge, it is sometimes helpful to slightly increase the distance between the tongue and the palate, as this will encourage more narrowing of the pharynx and easier access to high notes. This often results quite automatically from just opening the mouth enough, but in case it doesn't, it may be helpful to think of separating the molars as in overdrive using the bite. A common problem for singers who are new to edge is that they will be a bit shy when it comes to twang, and thus reluctant to produce a sound that is simultaneously twanged and very loud. This may lead to a kind of hesitation or furtiveness that turns their would-be edge into curbing instead, or even neutral. It is very important to just go for the loud twang sound without holding back. If this proves to be too difficult, it may be helpful to drastically lower the pitch at first, and try again. Like Overdrive, Edge often relies on yell timbre, though this is less essential to Edge than to Overdrive. In particular, the a, and vowels will all tend to enter yell timbre at some point in the fourth octave. One of the benefits of Edge in comparison to Overdrive is that the twang allows us to carry this resonance tuning higher in pitch, beyond the Overdrive pitch limit mentioned in the previous video. It does not, however, take very many semitones beyond the Overdrive pitch limit before we will be unable to take yell timbre higher, even in Edge. At this point, if we want to continue ascending in pitch, it becomes necessary to give up the yell timbre and allow the vowel to close.
I made it, don't hate it, that's just the way it goes!
This change will typically happen somewhere around the B4 to D♯5 range for men, or the C♯5 to F5 range for women. This change is difficult to master, but it provides a great deal of versatility and is well worth the time and effort it takes to learn. If you can't quite get the hang of it, though, don't worry, as it will be covered in more detail in future videos. For now, we've reached the end of this video. If you have any questions, whether about Edge or about anything else, be sure to leave a comment below. Remember to like and subscribe for more content, and as always, thanks for watching.